This is the cast on for anytime you want to do something with a circular center that works from the center out, and you want a nice tight center rather than a hole in the center. This is a great cast on for anything like a doily or a shawl, something that works from the center out. And it's actually very easy. It takes a little practice, but it's really a wonderful technique so that you don't get a hole in the center of something. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to be making a loop, and I'll show you how to do that, but we're going to be working into this loop to do the cast on. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to loop it over and bring it through once so that I have it just crossed up at the top. So it's very simple. Let me show you that again. I'm just going to loop it over and bring it through the center once, but I don't want to pull it tight. If I pulled it tight, of course I get a knot. I don't want any kind of a knot. I'm just going to leave that nice and loose. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to position my needle into my right hand. And if you're a continental knitter, this will be very familiar. If you're not, the whole idea is that I want to position my yarn so that it's coming up over my index finger. Okay, so it's going to be coming up over my index finger. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working into this hole and above the hole, and into the hole and above the hole. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the hole, and I sort of keep this trapped between my index finger and my middle finger, just so I can keep it out of the way. We're going to use that tail later. This tail is going to be very important later on, but I don't need it right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the hole itself, right into the center of that circle, and I'm going to yarn over and pull a loop through. That's my first stitch. That's my first cast on stitch, and you can see it's kind of loose. That's fine. Now I'm going to yarn over above the hole itself. So it's really just wrap it over. I like to hold my thumb on the stitches that I'm casting on just so that I can keep track of them. And so I sort of have a hold on the whole thing so that I can keep it open and it's easy for me to go into. So I'm going to do a total of 9 stitches, and I'm going to do this pretty smoothly so that you can see it. So we have 2 right now. I need 7 more. So I'm going to go into the hole, yarn over and pull through, over the hole, into the hole, over the hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, into the hole. That's 7. Over is 8, and into is 9. Now you can see that I have 9 stitches lined up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's important that the last one is into the hole so that it kind of locks at the end. I want to make sure that I don't end with my last one just as a yarn over. I want it to come in. So I use an odd number of stitches to begin with. Okay, so if I look at this, I can see, I'm going to lay it down for you just so that you can see it. I have the 9 stitches that are on the needle, and I have this lovely tail here. And what I'm going to do, normally I have this up in my hand like this. All I need to do is pull that tail nice and tight. And it's going to be a little resistant to start with, that's fine. Just keep a hold of it and pull on it until it tightens up. And you can see, I'm not going to pull it so tight right now that it strangles all of them. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have all 9, and they're going to be kind of bunched up like this. And later on, as we do the magic loop, you'll see we can pull this tail even tighter and it'll close up that center completely. So now we're ready to do the magic loop.